And since the sun is hitting this way, he's going to have a white spot here. And sort of on the front of his jersey is going to be white, because you know in between the arms it gets darker because there's a shade there. And where these little pleats are on his shirt, it's darker underneath because the sun is coming from the top. So of course it's going to be darker underneath these little folds on his shirt. And just work it out to the edge, and I'm going to leave a lighter spot on the shoulders where the sun's hitting, and I'm going to put a pretend fold there, because if it's folded across here, there's going to be a fold in the middle. And you don't have to follow the design exactly. If you want to fold there, put it there. And where this is folded up, I'm going to put a color there and put a little color here. Make him look like he's got a big chest even when he doesn't. Okay, now I'm going to put little mineral spirits. And they do sell mineral spirits that are not odorless. And believe me, you don't want to be smelling that while you're coloring. And I just have a light hand when I'm blending. You don't have to be heavy-handed. It will blend. And it will erase all those pencil marks that you have put on there. Okay, now that looks pretty good by itself. But now we're going to add some shading with a darker green. You can add a darker blue. You can get if you want a darker blue color on the jersey, make it look have a bluish tint to it, go ahead. It's yours. If you don't like it, print another image and start over. It's just paper. Coloring should be fun. You should not stress while coloring. See, I'm coloring and talking at the same time. I was one of those kids that I got a new coloring book every time we went to the store. And I started blending colors even way back then. I couldn't leave well enough alone. I had to make it look more realistic. Now see, I'm avoiding those 7s, and I'll tell you why later. But just a little, and you'll have maybe a shade or a shadow there. Now, I am not an artist by any means. This is all self-taught. I just really enjoy it a lot. So if I'm wrong, or if I'm telling you the wrong way to do something, I'm not sweating it. This is supposed to be fun. And to me, it is so much fun. So I'm just going to color, and I'll let you watch. And you can blend as much as you want, and you can stop. You can blend in circles, or however you want to do. You can add more color. You hear my squeak? I need more mineral spirits. Okay. Now, I have a gray color, and because I want those numbers to stay white, I'm going to put a shadow right where I think that pleat is of his jersey. And I'm going to put a shadow using the same gray where the sleeves are, because I think that's where he's going to be folded more on his shirt. And you can add as little or as much as you want. And see, already it looks like his shirt is folded or creased. Now there's 2 ends to this. You can swap ends if you want, or get you a different paper stump. But you can blend it, but like I said, once that odorless mineral spirits is already on the paper, it's still there for a little while, though it dries very quickly. And you may not have to blend this as much. And look what a cute little guy with his jersey. Okay, for the helmet, I'm going to use blue. I think these 2 blues will work together. Now, if you're not sure of the color, because sometimes they are deceiving, you can look at, just mark on your paper and see if you like those two together. Again, use the lighter shade first. And I'm just going to scribble in color. You don't have to be perfect with this because you're going to blend it anyway. But try to maintain, and you don't even have to use two different colors. You can just use this shade and then go over it again, make it a little darker. But I love to mix colors. Okay, let me just blend. Remember to leave in that white spot because that is where the sun has hit his helmet. And if you don't maintain that, you'll just have a flat, very flat coloring. And just around the edge. So I'm not adding a whole lot. You don't need a lot because this blends very well. And already it looks like his helmet is 3D. Again, blend it. And see how there's spaces that were left white. But you can fill them in by blending. And there's his helmet. And see, I actually went outside the line here. I'll just use my eraser. I mean, you can be more careful and you won't do that. But I'm trying to get all this in the 10 minutes allotted for YouTube. And look at there. He's almost finished. You can use the gray for the white. I'm going to leave this white, so I'm going to put a little gray. And there will be a white spot in the middle again. And just from the outside in. And the little white pads on the inside. And now it looks like he's raring to go. Okay, I'm going to do his pants blue. And they're really under the shade or under his shirt, so I'm not even going to leave a white spot there. I'm going to go ahead and add. You can add the shading color before you blend or after. It's completely up to you. I do it both ways, and it doesn't really matter. It's whatever you prefer. Now with black, if you blend the black, it will start to turn gray on you. So I like to add a little blue underneath the bottom of it for a richer, more deep black. You don't have to do this, but that's the way I know to do it. And with browns, if you add a red underneath it, just a very slight little bit of red, it will make the brown more intense. Unless you want a shadowy brown, that's fine. But I want this black. I want those shoes to look like brand new cleats. And see, I'm leaving the white again for that highlighted light coming from the top. And just working my way back and forth. And see, I can get a slighter gray color on the top where that highlight is. I like that look. I forgot a piece of his jersey. Right down here. Let me just go ahead and add that. And I think he's finished. What do you think? I love to color. And if you try this, you will learn to love it too, which I'm sure most of you already do. I like this method better than the markers, though I do like using markers too. Sometimes I want a very solid, intense color, but with the pencils, I can blend them very well, and I love to do that. So if you have any questions, just leave them on my blog, and I will answer as best as I know how. Like I said before, I am not an artist. I'm not a trained artist. I call myself an artist, but I have no formal training. This is all self-taught, and it's what I love to do. See you next time. Bye.